Hey, Storytelling Ron here. I'm talking about Star Wars role-playing game on Foundry and how I'm doing it. Oh, I keep doing that. Okay. So let's just ramble on here about what I want to show you. I figured out, or show you how Star Wars works in Foundry. So one thing I've just figured out is the dice pool mechanics. So I'll just show you which module I'm using. I've got the Dice So Nice, the dice tray, and more dice, and the pool party for FFG Star Wars. Okay. Okay. So the first session we played online, you got to do it to learn it, and I kind of was like, they're rolling the dice, and I had to tell them what to add, the difficulty dice, and they were all new to the whole thing, so that was kind of a little hard. So let's say they're here on the GM side, they have the character and they're doing athletics, and so there's this, and of course the player, there's a player on the right side here, and so as you can see, in case you're like really new, the left one is the Foundry executable, and the right one is obviously the local Wi-Fi, link, and I just put it in there so you can see, so you can kind of play test and see how the players see what you're setting up. So here on the GM side, I've got this pool thing here, and it can show here share and view. Okay, so those are really important for the GM. The player doesn't have those here. Let me go to this. So the player is going to say do athletics, and they don't have that up there. So this is cool. This is definitely what a GM needs, because you want to show them. So let me close this, the players. Let's say the players, doing their thing, and you pop up the player's character sheet, and you tell them about athletics, and you want to make a certain difficulty. Maybe you're going to do, oh wait a minute, you can do this. You can upgrade difficulty. So that's cool. Instead of having to mess with the dice and add one and minus one because you're upgrading one of the dice to this, you can just do that. Click on that, and they'll do it. It's pretty obvious there, but I didn't notice it in the whole first session until I was testing it afterwards. And so I can share it with him, and boom. So the player can now see what I want him to roll. So that's cool. Instead of him having to do it, I'm going to do it for him. But the players do want to learn, so I don't mind if they want to do it. So it's cool though, because sometimes I will have to just share it. So that's me setting it up and then sending it to that player based off of their skill or their item. All right, let's try it real quick with a gun. So let's say I click on their slug thrower pistol, I upgrade the difficulty, and then I share that, and it pops up for the character. So the character can, see what they need to do. But of course, the character or the player may want to do it, and they're going to go, oh, I want to do the athletics. They click on it, right? And so what do I do? Oh, I have to go to, I guess, the chat area and click on this and close it. I don't know how to turn this off, when I want to open just that. And then I can view whoever has their pool thing open, their dice pool thing open, and I can click on it, and then I can upgrade the difficulty, and then they'll see it, and then they got to roll. So that's cool, because I knew those buttons were there for that, but I was clicking on it, and they were saying they saw stuff, but I didn't know what was going on there. So if I want to share what I open up, it's the share, and if I want to view whoever's got theirs open, I can view it and then put in my dice too. So that's cool. So that's good to know. It's pretty essential. All right, what else can I show you here? So we have a new character coming in, which is cool. The father-son duo is going to be playing, and I made this. I think I really only need the Foundry one, so I'm going to go ahead and just for now do that. Yeah, I do want to show you just some things that I'm working on. So I did discuss in a previous video about making these talent trees. It was still, even though I still had it's still a little tricky. I just want to say I just found some quirks about it. So if you're going to make I made this one, from the one that they give you. I edited it. You have to make a new sheet, altogether new sheet. And what I did, what you need to do, or the way if what I liked to have done was say had this one open while I was copying it from the original, from the the compendium, scoundrel. Okay. So this is, and I imported it, right, and brought it into my item area. And now I have all the gear and stuff, but I also have all the talents in here that I'm using. So here's the talent trees. I made folders and put in some of the unique talents that I think are just for that tree, or I kept them out here if I thought they were generic and that I was going to use them for different talent trees. But it's kind of, I don't know exactly which is which, But so here is the one that I got. You get from Ogden, and it shows the pages, so it doesn't tell you what the talent is. And it does have the modifier in there, and this I did, but it doesn't show it up. It doesn't show up in the thing, even though I made it. And so what I ended up doing was I ended up importing it into here. You click on this, you import it into here, and I got all the unique ones. And what was weird is that when I tried like this to update it, to make this fresh one, because you can make a fresh, I'll just show you real quick, you can make a fresh tree, just delete. You can make a fresh tree and then drag and drop these into there, right? But yeah, see, so let me see if I have to do it like that. Okay, see how this is what I discovered. I couldn't do it. See how it's not working? I couldn't do it. I couldn't click these on. Like, why isn't this working? You can't have all these open. That's what I discovered. You have to only have one open to edit it. Thusly, when I wanted to edit this one and update it with these things as I imported it into this area, it took me a while and I closed it. Then you can go in and start editing. Here, let me show you. So maybe I'll show you proof right now in case you don't believe me, but I'd like to just verify it myself. Delete me. Quick draw. See? So, boom. So that's another quirky thing in Foundry. If you are making the sheets, you can only have one open, and then you can edit. So I used the book to then reference where I needed to put everything. I grabbed it from the compendium. I grabbed these, I did it. I edited it here. I imported it so that it's over here now with the text. So I had all the ones I needed, and then I closed that one, opened up a fresh thing, put those in there, did the little arrows, and so then it worked. Okay, so that's something to teach you as well. So this is just about you and me learning different Star Wars FFG in Foundry quirks and oddities. So this is my talent tree I wrote out for the character. The smuggler, I didn't really change anything in there, and in human I didn't really change anything in there. It's just handy info. So the blaster pistol I upgraded. This sandrobes I made, and I used that image from the generic fantasy stuff in Foundry. And then this heavy blaster pistol, that image I just found online. I mean, the compendium does have an image, but I wanted to change it just because I had it, and it's a superior quality. I gave him a superior quality gun. So this superior quality you have to make it over here on the right. See it there? You have to make it. It's an item. I forgot what it is too. It's an item modifier, I think. Let me see. Delete. Yeah, So it's an item modifier. I call it superior quality. This is my own little image I found online. The dice. And it adds one, text here, 1 damage and 1 success to a successful hit. So in here, as you can see, there's this options here. You can add another option, let's say, and that's the result mods, because there's different, dice mods, roll mods, and if the result is, I guess, successful, it'll add an advantage and add a success to. So he's got a pretty cool weapon. I gave it to him because he's giving his son the dad. This is gonna be the dad's character, and he wanted to play a force user warrior, but his son's playing, so I was like, you should probably give him that warrior force user, and you play something else to round out the party. So he's like, okay, I guess I'll do a smuggler, and I can, so I give him this just to kind of make him feel a little better. And it's kind of Han Solo-y. He wants to play like a Han Solo character. So so let's roll it just so you can see what it does here. Let me put it in the chat so you can see the dice. And see right here, boom, boom. So that's pretty cool. It works, It works. It's there. So when they rolls, just roll real quick. Check succeeded plus, so he gets so he would have failed because those take each other out, and then these two take each other out. So because of the superior quality, he actually hits and gets one advantage. So that's cool, and and he only needs a 3 of them to crit. So that's makes his heavy blaster pistol really cool. That's just the kind of nice GM I am. One thing I want to say, I am, and I've said it in another Star Wars video, but I am not using obligation. And the reason I'm not using obligation is because I'm an experienced GM, and I don't need a system to help me remind me of things that may come up against them, like to chase after them or introducing villains or something. And I think obligation in the game is a really good idea, especially for new GMs or GMs that like to have that mechanic where something comes in and they want to play it that way. I personally like to bring in dramatic moments when I feel it's the right time to do it, and I don't want a dice system with points to make that happen. I'd rather me do that, make that happen on my own. But I still, if you feel like you want to use it, or you need, because when I was a younger GM, I loved having those lists and graphs of story ideas, because I was kind of blank, and I needed to learn and fill my mind with those things. So I think if you're a new GM, the 2 options, you can use it because it'll help you, it'll teach you, and it'll help you push you along with the story, and if you need ideas. But if you find maybe you're not following it very well, or it's a little clunky to you, then feel free not to use it. Don't feel like you're obliged to use it, or use it when you want to, or just have it give you cool information for you to use, or ideas for you to use when you want. So don't feel like you're obliged to use obligation. It's a cool idea, though. I think it really fits in with the Han Solo story element in Star Wars. So I just want to bring that up, because I don't want, especially you new GMs who are trying Star Wars, don't feel like you have to do this or you have to do that in the game or the mechanics. Do what feels right for you, right for the players. Make sure it's fun. And make sure when you do something, it feels, everyone's cool with it. It feels right, it feels right for you, especially. So yeah, I'm not going to use obligation. I have plenty of elements in the story, that are literally obligation. This is I have this whole area here, and I'm going to have outsiders coming in, like the Hutts maybe, or the Sand Pirates, or when they go somewhere else. There's so much going on. I don't need a game mechanic to tell me what to do. I would rather place them when I want to. So yeah, I'm not using obligation. I still think it's great they put it in, though, because it's it gives you ideas and stuff. Okay, anything else that I'm going to pause this and think about anything else I want to add to this video real quick. Okay, well, let's do the the destiny points here. This thing, pretty basic. This is the destiny points when you start every session, and obviously you can click on the dice, and then any of the characters can roll. Click on that. Click here to roll for destiny points. All right, there's one there, and let's say there's 2 players. It could be anyone can click on this, so it's cool. So 1 on 1, okay. But now, then of course you got the little group manager thing here, which I haven't really used this in the game, but I'm with this part, but it looks cool. Ooh, XP. Let me see what you do here. I haven't even done this because at the end of each mission or story, you only give out like 10 to 20 XP per game, so it's not. You don't want to give out too much because that's all you need to go up, skills and stuff. So I haven't really. What is this combat tracker thing here? I haven't really used this yet. But if you want, at the end of the game, I don't know if there's a way other than to click and put 0. This is the way to reset it. I don't know if there's a reset button here or something. This is. I probably should figure out how to use this group manager thing with the cool and vigilance. And then rolling it. But I didn't use this yet. I just had them. We just did it arbitrarily. But this is a neat little nifty little thing. I'll probably have to mess with that more. But that's a nifty little thing there. I think I'm pretty sure this is included in the regular Star Wars game. I'm not sure. But this is a handy little thing, and that's in this little thing down here. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Keeps the destiny points, and I probably should figure out how to use this, which it looks pretty basic. I get what it's doing there. All right, what else can I do? Okay, something else I've noticed is that on the encumbrance doesn't really work correctly. I don't think so. For instance, he does have something here gives him 3 plus 5 is 8, so he should have 8 here. But one thing here gives him a +1. What is it? It's giving him a +1 to his encumbrance. Toughened? Oh, he doesn't have that. I think I just put that in there, but he does not have that right now. I'm pretty sure he does not have that. See, definitely. I think I just accidentally must have done something there. Okay, he doesn't have that, but he does. He has these 2, talent trees, but which I bought for them. When I set up the characters, but I have, they haven't bought any of the, and I did these myself. I don't know what this little star asterisk thing is in here. I don't know what that is. Ooh, I gotta update this. Oh no, that is me. I just didn't delete the other stuff. Whatever. Okay, but the encumbrance is supposed to be 8, and now something is adding 1 to it. I don't know if he's got a NC. Oh no, these are 0, so there's no encumbrance for these. But the water packs are like. I changed it after we played, so he doesn't know that these are each 1 encumbrance. The rat meat is he put him to 0 because he doesn't have any, but he might get some at some point. But I don't know why it's +1 to encumbrance. Can anyone help me out here? Something is adding it, okay? Because I know I didn't do it myself, right? You can't type it in. 8. Can you? Oh. Okay, I don't. Because I've seen it go up when I add a here. Let me show you. I've seen it go up. I have the utility belts, or let me do the backpack. Yeah, see, so it goes up to 12. Okay, so that's how that works. I don't know why I was at 9. I don't know. Okay, but what I've noticed is, let's say these water packs here. I'm going to make them 1 encumbrance. So I had a 0.5 here, but that doesn't work. Well, neither does 1. So 1. So he's got 4 of them. See, so it didn't go up. It should have gone up to 6. For some reason, now these worked for some reason, right? The combat knife has an encumbrance of 1. That the weapons seem to work. Here, let me add another weapon. I don't want to take out his because I don't want to lose it again or whatever. But let me find another weapon. Where are the weapons? Okay, I'm not doing this right. Weapons. Okay, so let's add another combat knife just to see. Okay, see, so for some reason the weapons does work in the encumbrance, but the stuff in their gear doesn't. I don't know, if I'm doing something wrong here, but it should work. Let me add something else in the climbing gear has an encumbrance of 1, so let me just add that. And it didn't go up. Okay, so that's kind of a bummer. So what I'm doing is until I figure out otherwise. I'm adding this fake backpack. It has 0 encumbrance, so it doesn't add, and it's just a way for them to count their encumbrance. So let's just say he's got 4. I'm not counting the rad jerky. I think that's just light. So there's 4 there, plus his gear of 2, and I'm going to rename this to encumbrance max 8. So it's just kind of a way of notating what he has there, because I can't do it in here. I can't make this 6. Yeah, so it just goes back to 2, so it only counts the weapons. So that's one way of doing it. So I'm gonna let him know. Or I could make a weapon. I could put an item that's a weapon and put it in the weapons category, and then he could add the encumbrance that way. But then you'd have to go in and edit it to add the encumbrance number. So this way you can kind of just see it, and that's the max. So I'll show them that. But I've definitely done it for the Eop here, because I don't see for the the minions. There's no encumbrance thing here, and this is very important because the Eopies carry a certain amount. So I put this in. So I did put one of these in here. This little item. It's a gear, but I've just made it, and it doesn't do anything. All it does is you can have this, so you can see that he's already at 8 because he has 8 rat meats, and he can only go to 10. So that's my way of kind of a workaround to showing encumbrance. And I like how encumbrance is pretty simple. Things are just 1, 2, or 3, and then you can carry so much. So it's pretty simple in that sense. But I do like they're going to have to deal with encumbrance, like how much they can take back, when they start looting stuff. So it's a fun. I play with my family this way, and they were dealing with the gear parts they were finding and looting and salvaging, and they only had they had like 3 Eopies and a dewback, so they were getting stuff, but there was they can only get so much, and they couldn't take all the slug rifles that they wanted to take from the sand people and all that kind of stuff. So that's good. And they even got some rat meat here from the womp rats. So so when they return, they'll have some stuff to sell, and it's fun. It's fun. I love playing that low end, low level type of rat meat and gear parts and getting 50 credits, and to me that's like the fun part. As you get up levels, it becomes more a little crazy. So enjoy the low levels, really enjoy them, really kind of, and as they go up levels too, I put away those the things that they were doing at low level, like right now I'm focused on their water and their food and and their credits. But as they get to like say I'm sort of referring to D&D, but as they get to like 5th, 6th, 7th level, I tend to move away. They don't have to worry about food anymore. They don't have to worry about the jungle temperatures anymore. They got that down. Now we focus on the story, kind of thing. So in the beginning, love to play the tedium of survival, and making it day by day. And then as they get up, more experienced, I put that away and let them do more fun stuff. So it's a nice change of pace for the character and the storyline. Okay. Oh, well, I forgot they should have some feed for the animals. I forgot about that. I probably won't mess with that. I'll just let them. I'll say that was taken care of. They kind of that's already accounted for by the rental. Okay. What else can I think about here? Okay, I want to go over And I put my headphones on, so I want to go over the music. So I have my own music in here. I do have this sound effect. Let's play that real quick. And then, of course, I was using up here as they were heading, as the intro part of the first episode. You'll see it on if you watch the playthrough, just for fun. And then I had this music playing. So I'm doing the original. This music is original. I created myself using what's the program? Acid Pro. And I have a ton of loops and stuff, so I just make my own music. I was before all this, I was really into scores. I have a ton of music, cinematic scores before like 2010. But back when I bought them as CDs, and I used to go to the Tower Records here on Sunset. There was the rock and roll one. I didn't go to that one. I went to across the street. There was the classical score one. I can barely hear myself talking here. So this is my Western, and I have these on my website under the patron area. I post some of these on YouTube, so you can use them if you want, and if you're broadcasting on YouTube, that's fine. Just give me a credit, the ones that I put on YouTube. But yeah, so these will be on my Patreon. But so it's cool. And when you set these up under the playlist, make sure you have you've selected simultaneous playback. So obviously there's all these different options here, but I'm using simultaneous. That way I can play as many as I want, kind of thing, all at the same time. Obviously, this playlist I could just have it do sequential, so that way it'll go through each one. But each one of them is a pretty good length, and it has a certain mood. So I want to just play 13 minutes, but it's a nice slow move between the different sounds, but keeping the same theme in each one. So I want to keep a certain. I just want to play one at a time. So technically, in this one, I could change this to sequential or whatever. But I'm keeping it simultaneous just in case I want to. Well, I would never play two of these at the same time, but whatever. I'm just going to keep it there because in this one, sound effects, which I only just started, I will definitely want to have this one be simultaneous playback with sound effects. And these I just got off of YouTube. I just looked for Star Wars sound effects, whoever's sharing, whatever. And I did have to mix this down though because it didn't loop very well, so I had to make my own little loop in Audition. So there's that. Yeah, that's and one last thing I want to say about the music is the players said they heard the music better in this than they did in Roll20, so that's interesting. They were commenting now on the instruments they heard, so they said it sounded a lot better coming from Foundry than it did in Roll20. So that's cool because I definitely want the music to me is so important. And one of my campaigns, one of the players, she can't hear the music. So I definitely need to move my Tomb of Annihilation one. So I definitely need to move that over to Foundry as soon as I can. It's a lot of work, but fun. It's still fun. It's still enjoyable. Gets those opiates going in your brain, doing this stuff for me. All right. So let me pause these now. So that's that. Okay, I think that's it for showing what I've been doing in Star Wars with Foundry. I hope this was helpful, just giving you tidbits and bits of what I've learned and how I'm doing it. And I'm going to be off now and do some drawing. I'm going to draw some more maps and just cool places where they may be going. I'm going to be doodling out some maps. Okay, so thanks for watching and listening, and that's it. Star Wars Foundry.